Curaçao. Let's talk about them now, shall we? Because they are one of 4 debutants at this World Cup. They're the smallest nation by population to qualify for the World Cup. Jamaica was once that, so was Trinidad and Tobago, Shaka, but now Curaçao hold that crown. As we said, it's their first ever World Cup appearance. And Comenencia, he scored the nation's first ever World Cup goal. It did come in a 7-1 loss to Germany, but boy, when that goal went in, I think Curaçao fans everywhere were heard, probably into outer space. And another Curaçao fan, of course, is Hedwiges. Of course, you lined up for the Dutch. But tell us about your connection to Curaçao, Hedwiges, and just how much seeing them score that goal against Germany was.
Yes, my mother is from Curaçao and my father is from Aruba, an island near to Curaçao. So we are really proud to present Curaçao at the World Cup, first of all. And we knew we play against Germany, a very good team. And but the main thing is we scored at the World Cup, for example. So we make already history for the country, and we are really proud to present Curaçao at the World Cup.
Yeah, I remember when Jamaica, of course, scored.
Of course, we lose 7-1. We lost 7-1, but at the end against Germany, we didn't expect to win against Germany, but maybe we have hope against the countries, against Ecuador and Ivory Coast.
Oh, that's going to be ambitious. Shaq, you remember what it was like to just be respectfully happy to be there, but to even just get a goal. As I said, Robbie Earle scored the first goal for Jamaica back in '98, and we still talk about it today. Curaçao will forever be talking about this.
And absolutely. And while history books may present it as a consolation, it was anything but when the goal went in at 1-1. I remember what it felt like to be the smallest nation to qualify for World Cup back in 2006. Curaçao coming in even smaller than we were, almost a tenth of the size of Trinidad and Tobago, and being able to compete at this highest level. It's not about winning the tournament. It's not about getting out to the group stage. It's about seeing your nation on a platform that it's never occupied before, that it may not occupy for some time to go again, and representing those colours with pride. And I think Curaçao did that throughout. Again, the scoreline would suggest something differently. But from a fan's perspective, I can't imagine how proud everybody must feel in seeing the blue wave in that scenario.
Absolute dream moment for Curaçao, indeed, and for the Caribbean as well. Hedwiges, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and we hope to catch up with you again soon.
You're welcome. Have a nice show.
Thank you. Well, as we said, Curaçao losing 7-1 to Germany. Germany, we know, former world champions as well. There's still a lot expected of them, but still a lot of question marks surrounding them. This is how Julian Nagelsmann lined up his men for this one. Robert, what did you think of it?
The lineup's okay. They try to play through the middle quite often, short passes, which suited Wirtz, because Wirtz came in from that left-hand side. Sane was high and wide on the right-hand side. He was trying to make runs. But the question mark is always about the centre-forward, because Havertz, as we know, isn't an out-and-out centre-forward, and quite often he drifted into other areas. But it meant that other players had to make those forward runs. Against Curaçao, that's okay, because you're going to have a lot of the ball. In bigger games against the better teams, with Havertz not playing up front, how do you get out? How do you link up the play from the centre forward? So that's going to be the question mark. But overall, I think Germany had a good shape to their side. The Brown looked a good player. The left back was making runs from outside to in and going through, like O'Reilly will do for England, and he does for Man City. Kimmich is good on the ball at right back. I'm not quite so sure about his 1v1 defensive qualities in that situation. And the two midfield players did okay. So it was a good shape. You can see what they're trying to do, but they're going to come up against much tougher opposition.
Do right backs still defend these days? Who knows? It's a question we have to ask. We always hear about them going forward. But let's talk about a very special player, Shaka, that Germany have, and that's Jamal Musiala. How good it is to see him back on the pitch after suffering that horrific injury last year at the Club World Cup. How important is it for Germany for him to be on song?
You can't underscore how good a player Jamal Musiala is. And while I take nothing from the game, from a German perspective against Curaçao. Given the opponent, I'm not sure what you learn, but the way Musiala took his goal, Curaçao and all, I thought it was wonderfully taken, very tight angle, 4 inches inside of that far post. That's a skill that not many possess. And while this is a very talented German squad with questions to be answered, as Robbo was talking about, Musiala coming in, being able to sit in that hole, and the option that he provides in support of whoever that striker may be. And again, that's a debate to be had. There aren't many better players in that role, in that position. Good for Germany to have him. Now, can get the performances out of Wirtz and Sané to accompany that. All of a sudden, you have an attacking 3, maybe attacking 4 that needs to be reckoned with.
Because coming into the game, that's the question mark, and coming into the tournament, Sané hasn't done particularly well in Turkey, so he's out of form. You've also got Musiala who's had the bad injury, and you've also got Wirtz who's been out of form. So this game might have just given them confidence.